They head to Beckham Edwards, another top player for this Canadian team, will be watched closely by more than 100 scouts who are here already. There's that quick shot score from Beckham Edwards, and the scouts got a quick taste of his scoring touch as he strikes 58 seconds in to give Canada a 1-0 lead. Ontario just west of London. The third overall pick in the 2024 OHL Draft. There's a long shot handled easily by Gavin Betts. And the dynamic Landon Dupont sends it out. Feeds it back in, and a quick chance here on the rush for Alessandro Di Iorio. Set up by Landon Dupont, the youngest player in this.
His brilliance belies his age, Gord, with Landon Dupont. I was at a game last year in Everett early in the season. I've watched Landon play coming up. I'm watching the game.
Laurie centers it, and that puck miscued by Vilmer Kallio. Back at the point, Kiparinen takes the return pass and shoots. That goes just wide. Bouncing puck loose in front. And that's rolled wide by Vilmer Kallio. Laurie. Back down in the corner for Luca Arco. And Arco whips that back in front. Takes the return pass and centers it, but it bounces by Kiparinen and back down to the finish end.
We talk about all the scouts in the building, Gord, but Laurie and Kiparinen, they are two defenders.
Max Latikainen. That Arto was a 7th-round pick of the Rangers back in the 90s. Finns are looking to get things back on the rails. They've had difficult results at the World Junior under 18 level in recent years. They did get to the gold medal game of last year's World Junior, but the other concern for them has been turning out top prospects.
That's why they've had trouble winning international tournaments. The skill level has really dropped. They still play a really good, connected team game. They're competitive. They're smart. Hard to win against good teams when you don't have the skill level to match.
Walrus lost that puck for a moment. And a bump back by Vilmer Kallio. His dad, Tommy Kallio, spent 3 years in the NHL, mostly with Colorado.
Selected by Atlanta in the expansion draft. Yeah. Interesting thing about that is Atlanta could have...
Some 12-year-old sitting at home watching this is going to get drafted by Kitchener 3 years from now. Arku sends it rink wide to Vatchus. Arku back across the line. Moves that back, and a long point shot by Kiparinen deflects wide. Brought back up by Beckham Edwards. He's poke checking the line. Now it's brought back out. Uranen had that poked away. Now on the forecheck, Di Iorio forced that free for Canada for a moment. Bouncing puck in front. And Alessandro Di Iorio couldn't quite reach it. And now a penalty coming to Di Iorio. Got the stick in there. And the Finns are going to the power play for the second time. And finally touch
the referee. And when the referee's looking right at you, you're in trouble. And that's exactly what happened there to Alessandro Di Iorio. No escaping that one.
Mario's back out. One shot for the Finns on that power play. Now move back in front, they score. It's Oscar Hemming on the feet
from the puck, and they don't get any chance. But this is a quick play up the ice, and they're moving, and Savanto makes a good power drive. Hemming gets inside of Landon Dupont. That's a tap-in, but the speed and the pace of which they play creates that goal. Really good play all the way through. Savanto kicks it out wide, and he gets it back, and Hemming right to the net. Certain goals are a little bit easier than others.
Elias Uranen moves it in. Long shot by Walrus. Steered away by Betts. Liam Ruck takes the return pass from Di Iorio. Moves it back in, and Di Iorio just missed on a sweet pass back from Liam Ruck.
Anybody at home watching, if you want to see how a play gets into a scoring chance, watch Keaton Verhoff below the goal line make a little back pass behind him that starts the breakout.
Now Preston walks it in, shoots. Good stop there by Gamels. Ryan Lynn moves it back across to Mathis Preston. Slides it ahead to Carson Karls. He's taken down. Karls rolls that through the crease. Preston. Tied up along the boards. That's chipped back up by Piperina. Back in the corner is Luka Arco. Arco took Ryan Lynn in hard. And now Edwards back with it. Beckham Edwards back to center ice.
Walk 2-2.
Shots are 14-13 Canada. Lynn turned away there. As the puck bounces back to Karls. Walked in, that shot fired wide by Edwards. And Lynn. Back down to Liam Ruck in the dying seconds here of the opening period. And Liam Ruck winds back in and shoots. That's punched away by Gamels. Bouncing puck in the high slot. And time expires. The Finns did not score in their first two power plays. They scored right after their second. And Verhoff pounds that to the line and out. Just one shot for the Finns on their two power plays so far. As Verhoff is back to pick it up.
Well, if they don't get the top line out here, they're going to still get no shots.
We mentioned that Verhoff is going to North Dakota as a 17-year-old freshman. He actually accelerated his high school studies and finished a year early.
We saw that with Zach Werenski, Noah Hannafin, Sasha Boumedienne, who was the Winnipeg Jets first-round draft pick last year. He did that. So we're seeing that a little bit more where the players get their high school requirements in order so that they can take advantage of early entry into college.
And of course, when Verhoff began that process, it wasn't yet open for junior players to go to the NCAA. That change happened midway through last season. And so then Verhoff, with the door open, went to North Dakota. That long point shot stopped by Betts. Rebound loose in front. Betts still down. And from a sharp angle, Oscar Hemming couldn't get that shot away. Now here's Hemming back with it. Hemming plays it back, and that long point shot by Piperina kicked away by Betts. The puck was played with a high stick. And so 2-2 to score here in the second period. Just joining us, it's day one of the 2025 Hlinka Gretzky Cup, the top showcase for players eligible for the 2026 NHL Draft. Some have to wait. Two Canadians are late birthdays, born after September 15th in their birth year. So in that case, you have to wait a year to be drafted. Now a long point shot pulled back across. Initial shot by Pantelis was stopped. And Rudolph back to pick it up. Up for Preston, trying to drop that back. It's picked off and brought back by Torkey. Oliver Torkey moves it in, but the puck skips in.
Canada has 6 right shot defensemen in this game. So you're asking some of the right shot defensemen to play on the left.
Tournament last spring where Canada won a gold medal. Banatalo moves it and shoots, and Betts knocks that away. Banatalo has been noticeable here in the first period and a half.
Yes, he has.
Ellis Urnan, the Finnish captain, back across to Latikainen. Latikainen's dad played 24 years of pro hockey in Finland and Sweden. There was a good chance there, knocked away by Betts. In comes Preston. That centering pass knocked away. Face-off is won by Di Iorio, and now a race for the puck. Di Iorio gets in there, looks back for Edmonds with a shot, rebound.
Really killing role, and the catalyst role is really good. Players finding out that they can do other things in the game outside of offense, and I think that Alessandro Di Iorio is a great example of that.
One of 5 Canadian players who won gold at the IHF Under-18 tournament last spring. The difference in the spring under-18 tournament is a number of the Canadian players are still busy with the CHL playoffs or unavailable to play in them. Although they have been moved back a bit, so it's the talent pool is a little wider for Canada in that tournament. The United States, of course, has a full-time under-18 team, the national team development program that plays in that tournament. Now Canada busting in 2-on-1. Di Iorio shoots and a glove save.
Yeah, it was a real good look and nice save by Gamels. Once Di Iorio makes his mind up he's going to shoot it, he gets a lot into it. Gamels right on top of it. The other interesting thing...
Juggling during the timeouts has caused a couple of delays. Belchez with a shot that goes off a stick up and out of play.
Be serious about drafting. It can be an impact player at the NHL level.
And Belchez steals that clearing attempt, drops it back. And Di Iorio had it taken away. Now Di Iorio back on it. And Savanto played that rink wide. Now moving in is Oscar Hemming. That pass just rolled away. A penalty coming. And again, Canada's going to be...
Right. Sam Dickinson is that's a trio of players that could be... Listen, Keaton Verhoff's good enough. Keaton Verhoff has to be in the discussion to be on that team. I think, regardless if those three guys are back, he's that good. Just like Matthew Schaefer last year was that good.
That pass ahead for Kallio just missed. It's bumped back out by Rudolph. Loose puck at front, short-handed is Edwards with a chance that just rolled off his stick. 30 seconds to go on the Finnish power play. Luka Arko. And across the line, but the play is offside. 53 points in 60 games as a 16-year-old in the Western League. And Landon Dupont went in one better. 60 points as a 16-year-old, or 15-year-old rather. Now Dupont, long shot that got deflected, and Gamels made the 6 feet. And the pendulum had kind of swung against smaller defensemen for a while. And then Lane Hudson won the Rookie of the Year last year. You wonder if the pendulum might go back the other way for a bit.
I think it's already swung that way. You got to be really good if you're a smaller player, but that's been the case. And I think that the development of the big player is on display now.
Marcus Ruck trying to slide that back, knocked down by Oscar Hemming.
Good small players always had space in the game. In the transition from 2005 probably to 2014.
Marcus Ruck in the high slot for the trailer. Rudolph hit the goalpost. Great look there for Dax, and Rudolph rang it off the pipe. Rudolph back with it. Return pass for Di Iorio. Tied up by Savanto. And Di Iorio slides it back in. 4.5.
Since 2014, there's only been 3 countries that have won the World Junior Cup. USA, Canada, Finland.
And the Finns are the last team outside Canada and the U.S. to win it.
Sweden's had really good players and really good teams. They haven't found a way to win at the World Junior. So, you know, sometimes we got to make sure we're not creating concern over things that shouldn't be a concern.
Centering pass now from Ruck moving in, and Marcus Ruck turned away point blank by Gamels.
Nice pass by Cooper Williams, recognizing that Ruck was wide open.
But further to the Canada-U.S. thing, 26 of the 32 first-round picks in last year's draft were Canadian or American. Five of the top 6 were Canadians in last year's draft. And pretty good chance at least the top 2 are from Canada this year as well. Verhoff. McKenna will go 1. And this guy, Verhoff, is a pretty strong contender to go 2.
Well, you're going to see a heck of a player from Sweden, Ivar Stenberg, who's phenomenal. He'll have a say in this. Belchez will have a say.
In comes Lynn. And Lynn finally stripped to the puck. And Vanatello busts in. In comes Vanatello with a shot. The pad slur. Barry Lemieux.
Yep.
Marcus Ruck looks across for Di Iorio. And here's Verhoff with it. Verhoff with a goal and assist in the game so far today. As the captain makes his presence felt. Here's Williams with it. Cooper Williams will join Verhoff at North Dakota in 2027. And Verhoff, in talking to us yesterday, made it clear that he wasn't unhappy in Victoria. Loved playing for James Patrick, but just felt that Lloyd. As the Finns try to draw him back within one here. Back to Pipparainen. That shot bounces high in the air. I hope we mentioned the goal and assist has also been a key part of the penalty kill for Canada. Pipparainen plays it back across. That shot hammered on goal by Lehtinen and Starplay. You wonder if the Finns might pull the goaltender here late in this power play, trying to get one. The draw within one. Right now, Ty Lawrence has the puck back for Canada. Latikainen. Up at the Vatius. Moving in was poke checked by Carls. Now pounded back down the ice by Di Iorio.
Ty Lawrence's dad played with Joe Thornton in St. Thomas Junior B. I was in Sarnia last year at the U17, and Joe's father,
he loves hockey.
He loves hockey, and he was giving me some of that background. Little interesting note.
Hemming drops that back, and that shot score again as a power play expired.